This is supposed to be one of the worst 3D platforms ever made, but I do not agree with that. What's up, awesome people? I decided to take on the task of beating what is considered the top 10 worst 3D platformers. The original list was created by Watch Mojo, which is where I got the inspiration to do this challenge. There will be a link in the description to Watch Mojo's video, so please go check it out if you want to see why they put these games on the list. These games have horrible controls, bad level designs, and poorly executed concepts. The third game on that list is Ratatouille for the Nintendo Gamecube. This game is based on the popular Pixar movie of the same name. The game starts with Remy, the playable character, and his family gathering apple cores for food, while the owner of the house is taking a nap. For some reason, the apple cores are in mostly straight lines throughout the yard. This would be really odd to see in real life. The first area is all about learning the moveset. We learn to run, jump, double jump, climb, and even carry things. Inside the house, we learn a few more moves, like swinging, smelling, and rolling on a ball. We also learn how to hide in a box, just like Solid Snake. This box allows us to get past a chicken. Somehow, even though it saw the box moving, if you stay still, it does not suspect anything. That is a common trait throughout this game that does not make a lot of sense. The game then forces us to pick up a spoon and attack a completely innocent little chicken. Why would you make me do that?
Where did you learn how to do all this?
That was mean.
Seriously, I really don't know.
Who are you?
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Remy really wants to be a chef and decides the best way to do that is to steal an old lady's cookbook, because that seems reasonable. While trying to grab the cookbook from the window, the old lady sees us and chases us with a shotgun. How rude of her. To get away from the old lady, we ride the cookbook on the water and use a spatula to steer our way down the river. There's no way this cookbook is going to be legible after all this. Okay, that was weird. Mash! Oh my lord. Okay, well that sucked. Okay, what happened to die? We do end up drowning in the river, and find out that the checkpoints in this game are fairly consistent. So dying in this game should not be too bad. Okay, you don't go that far back. I don't know what the checkpoints would look like, but I don't know how good that book really is if it just went through water like that, but... What the? From the cookbook, we meet the ghost of Chef Auguste Gusteau.
I am Chef Auguste Gusteau.
I know who you are.
His famous restaurant in Paris has dropped a star rating, and we are tasked to help him get back at a 5-star rating. I'm pressing B. Well, I have to jump on it. So far it's pretty straightforward, like it's not too complex at least. We run through the sewers under the streets of Paris, and we somehow fall into a pot of water inside the kitchen. I suspect we fell through the skylight, but the game does not make that clear. So far in this game, the moon feels really good, and the areas are fairly straightforward. I don't spend a ton of time in this game getting lost, which is pretty common for me in video games. We now have our first minigame-like task for Remy to do. In this one, we have to select the correct food that is shown on the screen. The options to choose from are randomized, but for some reason, the order of the buttons you use to select the food is also randomized. This part does not make a lot of sense to me. Why do the buttons have to move around? I understand the things randomizing the item using, but why do the buttons have to move around? After finishing the soup, we are chased out of the kitchen by a chef. There's then a cutscene showing that chef tasting the soup and enjoying it. This chef ends up being our friend later on. Next, we have our first slide section. These are pretty straightforward and not too hard to control. They'll get more difficult later in the game though. We find a dream world, and it is a bunch of fruit floating in the sky, and we have to jump across the fruit, collecting as many stars as you can. These are cool little bonus levels that give you some practice with jumping on moving platforms. Oh! What did I jump off of? We are trying to get back into Gusteau's restaurant, but a dog is guarding the entrance. We have to grab a bone and use it to distract the dog so we can get past him. Dogs do love their bones, don't they?
Hey, good job! Dogs aren't so smart after all, huh? We need you to disable those rat traps. It's not safe for us out there.
We find another obstacle, rat traps. We have to grab spoons laying around the area and disable the rat traps, while also staying away from another dog. These dogs must love the scraps that come from the restaurant. Okay, now I need a trap.
I think I've got this height thing under control.
Oh my lord.
Easy as pie.
What? Oh. I ran into it before hitting it. Oh, that's the last one. Okay, it's right there. We disable all the rat traps, make it to the rooftop, and now have to sneak our way past a cat while hiding under a box. The sneaky section in this game are pretty annoying. You can barely move 2 feet at a time before you have to hide in the box. Otherwise, the enemies will see you and you'll have to start over again. While on the rooftop, we had to get past a few obstacles in order to find a coin to give it to one of the other rats in the area. which is used to distract the chef, because all humans like money. The next minigame is help a rat trigger an alarm by hitting the correct buttons in the correct order as shown on screen. This one was pretty simple to do, but I still messed it up once. No. Triggering the alarm has one of the chefs open the door to turn the alarm off. We distract him with a coin and steal some of the food that is in the trash and try to sneak away. All the rats get away except for us. We then have to do a chase sequence to get away from the chef ourselves. This is the style of chase sequence where you are running out towards the camera, similar to the Crash Bandicoot series. This makes it a little difficult to dodge things as you are not able to see them earlier enough, so you need quick reaction timing to dodge some things. We do get caught a couple times, but the game has some checkpoints throughout the chase, so we do not have to redo the entire chase each time we are caught. We have another sliding section, and this one I struggle with a bit more compared to the first one. But it's still not too bad. There's one a really large jump that I missed multiple times in this section. So what do I... But learn to just use the speed up to get the momentum needed to make the jump. We are then told to take food from the kitchen, and we are told that it's for the colony. Are we ants or mice?
It's for the colony.
The colony. I know, Dad.
Don't you understand? It's for the good of the colony.
We run around the kitchen just like a typical rat. We do get caught by the evil chef, but luckily we are able to wiggle out of his grasp. For some reason there is a frog hopping around the kitchen as well, and we learn that the frog will take whatever we grab every time we pick something up. We jump on plates and lights, run across hood vents and string, and eventually make it to the switch to turn the gas off to the stoves. This will make it safer for us later. There are points throughout the kitchen where I'm just carelessly sprinting around and hoping I don't get caught. We find our friend Linguini, who enjoyed the soup we made earlier, take control of him, and help him make some nice dishes.
We need the chef's special. We need it now.
This minigame has us choose the correct ingredients, this time controlling the chef, to make the perfect dishes. We are somewhat doing double duty here, helping the rats steal food, while also helping Linguini make really good dishes, to save the restaurant. While running around the kitchen, we find a strainer and use it as cover to run across the stove and get past the chef, since we were able to turn off the burners. This does not make a ton of sense, as if I saw a strainer moving on its own, I would immediately know there was something underneath it. This is also another one of those annoying sections that you have to stop every couple of feet in order to not get caught, which I got caught multiple times. Luckily, if you get caught by a chef, you just wiggle free and keep doing what you're doing. The game does not make you redo the entire section, just because you were caught once. Next mission is grab a key to the food safe, aka the fridge. Run up a broom handle, jump across hooks and ladles hanging over a stove, fling ourselves over to another range hood, and then glide down towards the key holder. As we're carrying the key to our rat friend, we meet up with some lobsters hiding under a pot. We have to grab the exploding hot sauce and use that as bait. The lobster grabs that instead, and we are able to get past them. We have set everything up to get the food, now it's time to direct all the rats in order to execute the master plan. First up, ask the strong rat to pull the rope in order to open the closet door. Next, another rat has to shoot down the food inside the fridge so it lands inside the boxes. Lastly, we have to direct the rats carrying the food when it is safe to move as we keep an eye out on the chef's position. Of course, we are spotted and another chase scene occurs. We're running over pots, across stoves while the burners are on, across all kinds of counters and tables, all while being chased by the chef and not being able to see what obstacle is coming next. So you basically already run into it. After we escape, we get to do another fun slide section. This section feels really fast compared to the last couple. I end up purposely slowing myself down so I have better control of the turns. At one point I was panic jumping, somehow survived. Okay, we're fine. We head to the city market and are tasked with taking food from the street vendors. We meet up with a friend and they want to fuse in order to start with the forklift. Could you imagine a rat driving a forklift? Does he want to take a pallet of cheese? As I was carrying a spoon past some crabs, one of them grabbed the spoon even though I was nowhere near the crab. He definitely has the long claw of the law. Turns out you don't even need the spoon, but you have to get the fuse past those crabs, which we managed to do. We then have to move some food throughout the market in preparation for a later plan. We knock down the slab of meat, a giant muffin, and a prize-winning fish. We find an old lady and follow her through the market. As she walks through the market, we have to put the food we knocked down into her bag without her knowing. This mission seems pretty reasonable in time, as I made a few mistakes and still got it done in time. This food clearly would not fit inside her bag. She would totally notice an increase in the weight of the bag she was wheeling around. But I guess an old lady doesn't notice those types of things. Now that the food is inside the old lady's bag, we have to direct the rats to get the food out of her bag. First, we have to hotwire the forklift, which allows the rat to steal the old lady's bag from her hands and put it on a conveyor belt. We then trigger some buttons to move the bag along the conveyor belt and allows the strong rat to tie a rope to the bag. Finally, we direct the strong rat to pull the bag onto a scale, which for some reason thinks the bag is too heavy and somehow launches the bag into the air, bounces off a tent cover, and perfectly into a little elevator thing, which closes from the weight of the bag. The evil chef sees us, and we enter the next chase sequence of the game. This one starts off by just being chased by the evil chef, but eventually the little old lady joins in, starts chasing us as well. This one takes me multiple attempts, and there are a lot of jumps and obstacles that are hard to see and react to. In this moment, I realize how fast the load times are in this game. This makes it feel not as bad to fail. Oh! I totally fell off there. We escape the chef and the little old lady, and lock the chef inside the freezer. We now get to do another fun slide challenge. The first section of this slide was actually not bad at all. Simple obstacles and easy to read. The next section, on the other hand, increased in difficulty. A lot of spots to fall and some narrow sections to land on the slide. Put this with the speed and it makes it fairly challenging. If you enjoy seeing people struggle with bad games, hit the subscribe button, because we have more games just like this coming soon. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, I jumped. Again, checkpoint system is amazing in this game. That was weird. The kitchen is now deserted, except for our friend Linguini and the evil chef, who got out of the freezer. We now have to help Linguini make the awesome dishes, but first we have to lock the evil chef inside the closet, so we can help our friend freely. To get him to the closet, we have to lure him towards it by making noise around the kitchen, but not allowing him to get too close to us to catch us. Dropping plates off a cart, a crate, and turning on the floor waxer inside the closet all help achieve this goal. Once he's in the closet, the strong rat closes the door on him and we make it out just in time. We now notice the kitchen is covered in rat traps, and we have to now destroy them. We can use either a spoon or have the goldfish and bags run into them. Yes, there are goldfish and bags running around the kitchen floor as well. These goldfish are very speedy and come out of nowhere sometimes, but we use that to our advantage to get them to hit most of the rat traps. We finally take out all the rat traps, and now we have to get the recipe book out of the office. I assume this is the same recipe book we stole from the old lady in the beginning. There are way too many crabs around, making it very difficult to pass them. They keep stealing my stuff from my hands. We end up taking the long way around with the hot sauce and just barely dodge a Speedy Goldfish before taking out the crab blocking our path. While in the chef's office, we realize that this chef must love tuna, because there are tuna cans all over his office that we use to jump up to higher places to get the cookbook. Oh, and there it is. Now it is time to help Linguini make those amazing meals so that we can get that 5-star rating back. First, we have to flip switches to control the blenders, then direct the chef to make the appropriate salad, a soup, followed by a cake. These are the same basic tasks we have done throughout the game, so it was not bad to do this time either. As the meals are sent out for serving, the evil chef gets himself out of the closet, and the epic chase is on. This one I think I was jumping 80% of the time, so there were so many obstacles. Feels like I am just randomly jumping, since I cannot see what is coming, until I have the obstacles memorized. We managed to escape the chef this time and beat the game. So, how do I feel about Ratatouille? I actually enjoyed this game. I think that Watch Mojo putting this game on the list just because it did not live up to the expectations of the movie or other video game movie adaptations is a poor reason. I think you should just focus on how the game plays to determine if it's a bad game, not just that it was not as good as you hoped. The story was cut down a ton compared to what the movie shows, so some important plot points felt to be left out. I don't remember seeing anything about how Linguini was okay with us, other than him tasting the soup we made. I also don't remember seeing when the female chef found out about us and was okay with us helping them out. The controls in this game were actually pretty good. I barely had any issues with the game not doing what I wanted it to do. The level designs were not amazing and a bit repetitive at times, but not bad designs by any means. We did have to do the same basic minigames, slide sections, and chase scenes multiple times throughout the game. The big question is, should this game be considered one of the worst 3D platformers? I'm going to say no for this one. I do not think this game should be on this list and considered one of the worst 3D platformers. This is by far the best game on this list. The only big issue I had of this game was the chase scenes and how you had to react super fast to obstacles coming onto the screen. This is a common thing in a lot of games. Crash Bandicoot does the same basic thing in a lot of their levels, and they're considered great games. I'll be posting videos just like this for all 10 games. I previously posted a couple videos for the first 2 games in this series, so feel free to go check those videos out as well. Please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss all the videos. Please also let me know your thoughts on this video in the comments below. If you have seen the movie Ratatouille, and if you've ever played or beaten Ratatouille on the Nintendo Gamecube, always be awesome.